Hello, you're watching VNews Broadcast Daily and following today's highlights.
President Sang receives the CEO of Russia's Gazprom Corporation in Hanoi. The Cuban ambassador talks about relations with Vietnam ahead of Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng visit to Cuba. The World Bank reviews urbanization in Vietnam. It says the rate is at 3.4% per year.
President Sang received Chief Executive Officer CEO of Russia's Gazprom Corporation, Alexei Mueller, in Hanoi on April 5th. The Russian CEO is in Vietnam for a working visit.
President Sang thanked Gazprom for its support to Vietnam's oil and gas industry, saying it has become a symbol of the friendship between the two countries. He said he was pleased with good results in the two countries' relationship in many fields, especially political relations, after more than a decade of implementing bilateral strategic partnership and cooperation. The president stressed that Vietnam's leaders will always create favorable conditions for oil and gas entrepreneurs in Vietnam and Russia to boost cooperation. Miller briefed President Sang on the cooperation results between Gazprom Corporation and Petro-Vietnam in recent years, stressing that the oil and gas sector is one of the most fruitful cooperation sectors in bilateral relations. He said Gazprom will continue its efforts to effectively implement the cooperation programs. He also expressed his belief that with its capacity, experience, and prestige, his corporation will support the expansion of oil and gas cooperation between Vietnam and Russia and strengthen their strategic partnership and comprehensive cooperation.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng will pay an official visit to Cuba in the near future at the invitation of General Raúl Castro Ruz, the first Secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba's Central Committee and President of the Councils of State and Ministers. After the forthcoming visit was announced, Cuba's ambassador to Vietnam, Turo Gonzalez, granted an interview to the Vietnam News Agency.
What would you say have been the most important milestones in Vietnam and Cuba's relationship over the past years?
In the past, both countries have on many occasions showed their friendship and respect for each other. Obviously, President Fidel Castro's visit to Vietnam in February 2003 was a significant event, as well as visits to Cuba by Vietnam's Party General Secretary Nong Duc Mang in 2005 and 2007. Raúl Castro, who is now President of Cuba, also visited Vietnam in 2005, and in 2009 Vietnamese President Nguyen Minh Chiet made a visit to Cuba. Regular visits by the leading politicians of both countries have also demonstrated the strength of bilateral ties.
How important is General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng forthcoming visit?
I think this visit is very important for bilateral ties, as it underlines the determination of both party leaders to continue developing their relationship. The visit will also take place nearly 1 year after the 11th Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam and the 6th Congress of the Communist Party of Cuba. At its 11th Congress, the Communist Party of Vietnam agreed on many important issues in the country's social and economic development strategy. At the same time, the Cuban Party's 6th Congress announced its strategy for restructuring its economic model to look forward to sustainable development. Therefore, I think we have a lot of common ground to discuss, which will benefit the process of reforms in both countries.
Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Văn Ninh visited the Mekong Delta city of Cần Thơ on April 5th to congratulate the ethnic Khmer people on their New Year festival, the Chon Nam Thmai.
Speaking at the gathering, Ninh said that the party and state's sound leadership and policies have created the best possible conditions for the local ethnic community to improve their lives, both materially and spiritually. He noted that the relevant ministries and local authorities should continue caring and supporting the Khmer community to help them enjoy better standard of living. The southwestern region is home to about 1.3 million Khmer people, or 8% of the local population. In 2011, the rate of poor households in the region fell to 10.14%. The Tron Trunam Thamay Festival, which falls annually in mid-April, is one of the most important festivals of the year for the Khmer people. It is usually held in a pagoda, and on these days, people wish and pray for a lucky new year.
The World Bank on April 5th released its Vietnam Urbanization Review, which underlines the key role of urbanization in the National Economic Development Strategy.
According to the report, Vietnam is urbanizing at a rate of 3.4% per year, most of which is in and around Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. Urbanization, especially in the two large economic centers, plays a central role in Vietnam's economic growth and poverty reduction strategy. However, the existing urban systems in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi are seriously limiting their competitive advantages, especially regarding logistical bottlenecks, the disproportionately high transport costs, growing congestions, and distortions in the land market. The report suggests that in the largest cities, more attention should be paid to improving urban transport and infrastructure systems, as well as strengthening the competitiveness of these economic regions.
The Vietnamese government really sees and understands urbanization as a positive process, something that is reinforcing its own economic and socioeconomic development growth objectives. In many ways, it's very implicit and explicit in the current socioeconomic development plan, that's the next 5-year plan, and the 10-year socioeconomic development strategy, that industrialization, modernization, which is part of the urbanization process, is really at the forefront of that strategy and that plan. So they very much see urbanization as a positive thing.
Middle-income countries in the world have their urbanization rate of at least 50%. As set to become a full middle-income country in 2025, Vietnam needs to work out effective urban planning and development strategies to maximize the opportunities and minimize the challenges stem from this process.
The third Coconut Festival 2012 opened in April 5th in the Mekong Delta province of Bến Tre with several cultural activities to honor the area's native fruit.
The opening ceremony for the 5-day festival took place on a floating stage on Chuk Giang Lake in Bến Tre City, with the participation of more than 5,000 local residents, coconut farmers, and representatives from provinces planting coconut trees in the country. The festival, which will last until April the 10th, includes an art installation for a coconut road, coconut food festival, coconut plantation tour, and a coconut carnival celebrating the future of coconuts. A seminar on how to increase the value of coconut products, a ceremony to honor coconut farmers, and a beauty contest, the Miss Coconut Land, will also be held. The festival also offers business people and investors an opportunity to assess the economic potential of the province for ecotourism, historical and cultural relics, and particularly coconut products.
Thailand and Cambodia have agreed that they should not temporarily withdraw their troops from the disputed area near the Asian temple of Previnhia. They reached the agreement during a senior-level meeting of the Thai-Cambodian Joint Working Group held in Bangkok on April 5th.
Bangkok and Phnom Penh also agreed to jointly clear mines that were laid in the disputed area at the request of the International Court of Justice, as well as set up a number of offices at local level to coordinate the work. In late March, Cambodian and Thai army officials pledged to call a halt to the border clashes and ensure a peaceful border, as it will benefit both countries. The Thai-Cambodian Joint Working Group was first set up in December 2011 to discuss plans for withdrawing troops from the disputed area.
And this is the end of the news today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.